Good morning everyone. Students, now we will continue with the chapter 17 of your grammar book, that is the types of sentences. Okay, so sentences can be of different types and you can easily understand by this following diagram. There are 4 types of sentences, that is the declarative, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory. Declarative, that states something. Interrogative, that asks something. Imperative, expresses a command, request, advice, and so on. Exclamatory expresses a strong emotion. How diverse Indian culture is. This is an example. Now, in declarative sentences, there are 2 parts, that is the affirmative, that is also called positive statement, and negative. For example, I like puppies as positive statement, and negative, I don't like puppies. Affirmative sentences and negative sentences. Now we move to the interrogative part, that is contains yes or no questions or WH questions. Yes or no questions. Do you like reading books? WH questions. Which books do you like to read? Start with the word which, WH. Now next is imperative. Expresses a command or a request or an advice and so on. Command, for example, sit down. Request, please close the window. Advice, wear a mask while driving a motorbike, or wear a helmet while driving a motorbike. Okay, now next exercise which is given here, that is you have to rearrange the jumbled sentences into a complete story, and also remember to use the punctuation marks. Okay, so the numbers are mentioned. The wind and this is the story about the wind and the sun. And please remember one thing, that when you start a sentence, you have to start with the capital letter. The wind and the sun argued one day over which one was the stronger. Soon a man came walking by. They challenged each other to see which one could remove the coat from a man's back the quickest, and so on. Now the next exercise which is given is declarative sentences. The first part of the sentence, that is declarative, and the definition is sentences that make a statement are known as declarative or assertive. Declarative भी कह सकते हो और assertive statement or sentences. They are of 2 types, affirmative or positive, and negative sentences. The children are playing in the park, that indicates the affirmative sentence, and when you change into negative, the children are not playing in the park. Some more examples. Does Ali play cricket? Ali does not play cricket, when you change into negative. Doesn't she have a beautiful dog? Affirmative, you have to change, she has a beautiful dog. Okay. Next part is the imperative sentences. Sentences that express a command, request, advice, order, suggestion, and so on are known as imperative sentences. Bring your homework tomorrow. You are giving a order. You are giving an order. Please give me a glass of water. That is a request. Okay. And this is the predicate part also. The sentences which you ever seem to have only a predicate part and no subject part is there. Where is the subject part? The imperative sentences have a hidden subject, that is you. So the actual structure of the above sentences is, you bring your homework tomorrow. You please give me a glass of water. So you is the hidden subject over here and rest part of the sentence is the predicate part. Next is interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences are used to ask questions. In interrogative sentences, the auxiliary verbs comes first and the subject follows it. Auxiliary verbs, what are auxiliary verbs? Am, is, are, was, were, do, does, did, has, have, had, can, could, shall, should, we, would, and so on. In these interrogative sentences, yes and no questions are also included. You are 11 years old. This is a declarative sentence, and when you changed it into interrogative part, are you 11 years old? He can sing. Declarative, can he sing? Interrogative. Rohini writes stories and poems. This is a declarative part. Does Rohini write stories and poems? So the questions which are in interrogative, which are in the form of interrogative, yes or no for an answer. So we call these questions are called yes or no questions. Some more examples. Drishti speaks Bengali at home. Change into yes or no question. Does Drishti speak Bengali at home? Show me your homework after the class. Can you show me your homework after the class? Sudha likes to draw pictures in her free time. Does Sudha like to draw pictures in her free time? It rained last night. Did it rain last night? Next is WH questions. Questions can also be found using WH words such as what, when, who, where, which, and how. To form questions with WH word, what, when, who, whose, which, where, and how, the subject and the verb are interchanged after the WH word. I am 11 years old. How old are you? How you are asking the question. How old are you? The answer is I am 11 years old. Interrogative part. But WH questions. My name is Ria. What is your name? Okay. Next is rewrite the following sentences into WH questions. Fatima is leaving today. Who is leaving today? Or you can also write when is Fatima leaving. Arjun ate the last ice cream. Who ate the last ice cream? The children will play in the ground. Where will the children play? Now the next part is exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences are used to express strong feelings. What are the strong feelings? Such as surprise, admiration, appreciation, and so on. Okay. Some examples are the Taj Mahal is an exquisite monument. What an exquisite monument the Taj Mahal is. Okay. Alice in Wonderland is a fantastic storybook. What a fantastic storybook Alice in Wonderland is. Pradeep can sing very well. Wow, Pradeep can sing very well. The cliff is so steep. How steep the cliff is. Now in the next exercise we have to find out the affirmative and interrogative or negative part which is highlighted. Next part is you have to find out the correct answer for the sentences. Suppose it is declarative, imperative, interrogative or negative. Okay, for example, my brother cannot ride a bicycle. This is an negative sentence. Who is your class teacher? It is an interrogative sentence. The grass is green. Declarative sentences. Think wisely before taking a decision. Imperative sentences. Computers can be very addictive. Declarative sentences. I don't know how to swim. Negative sentences. Please close the door. Imperative sentences. So I hope you have understood these types of sentences.